Hey everybody, how did the book of Revelation make its way into the biblical canon? It had pretty rocky beginnings. Nobody really knew who the author, John of Patmos, was, or if they could trust his authority. It wouldn't be until Justin Martyr in the middle of the 2nd century CE that John of Patmos would be identified with the author of the Gospel of John, but even this identification was on pretty shaky ground because anybody who spoke Greek could see the Greek of Revelation was of a very different kind than the Greek of the Gospel of John. And in the early 4th century CE, Rome legalized Christianity and then became a Christian empire, which kind of cut the legs out from underneath the surface reading of Revelation, which treats the Roman Empire as the beast and the whore and all these other antagonists. So it would seem to be on its way out until one man saved it and put it into the canon for the first time. That would be Athanasius of Alexandria, the Bishop of Alexandria, an influential church leader in Egypt who was struggling for power with a few different factions within the church. And he would actually use the book of Revelation to condemn as the beast and the whore and all these other antagonists, not the Roman Empire, but heretical Christians within the church. And this included Arians, with whom he was constantly struggling for power and who successfully exiled him a number of times, as well as the monks and the monasteries and their leadership. There were monasteries popping up all over Egypt, but they were not really comfortable with being under the institutional power structures of the church and didn't really care about the socialization of the church. They were happy to just go live in the desert on their own and read their own texts, their revelations and apocalypses and gospels that satisfied their needs and their interests, but were not part of the collection of texts that the institutional church preferred. And so Athanasius would actually include the book of Revelation in the very first iteration of the canon list that matches the New Testament as we know it today, which took place in 367 in his 39th festal letter. And he would also conclude that letter by condemning anyone who added or took away from this list. So this was a shot at the Arians as well as at the leaders of the monasteries, who would later be brought under the umbrella of the Catholic Church when Athanasius wrote a text praising one of the leaders of the monasteries, who is now dead, as someone who is very concerned with deference to and subjugation to the official authorities of the Catholic Church. So it was really these struggles for structuring power within the Catholic Church that brought the book of Revelation into the canon for the first time, where it would remain. If you'd like to learn more about the book of Revelation, its history, its origins, its interpretation, I'm going to be teaching an online class on the book of Revelation on Thursday, July 13th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm going to do about a 1-hour presentation over Zoom, followed by about 30 minutes of a live Q&A. And it will be recorded, so everyone who registers, whether or not they attend live, will get a link the next day to a recording of the video. So if it doesn't fit your schedule, you can still register for the class. Now, you can go to didascaloid.com for more information and to register. And this website is a new collaborative endeavor I'm doing with some other scholars, Professor Candida Moss and Professor Robin Faith Walsh, and they also have classes that they'll be teaching in July and August on there if you'd like to take a look at those as well.